What's the adult version of being picked last in gym class? Finding out your coworkers are all going out for drinks that you are not invited to. Being asked to take a group picture of the group that you had come with. Watching people plan an event in the same room as you but not inviting you. When the group chat goes silent after you suggest something. Not being in a group chat. Being ignored in a conversation. Saying something in a group but getting ignored, haha. It happens sometimes when multiple people are talking at the same time, but if it happens constantly and you feel like no one cares about your opinions. Being invited to a party as an afterthought. Seeing pics on Facebook of your friend group having fun outings and sleepovers for their kids but your kid wasn't invited. Even though my kid is also seemingly good friends with all the kids that were there. Seeing everybody in the office return from a lunch outing you were never told about. And the even worse flip side, arriving at the location for a group outing, and nobody else shows up because it was cancelled but nobody told you. Last resort friend because someone is bored and no one else will hang with them. Being well liked but never reached out to. If you don't keep up the effort, everyone just fades away. In a group chat everyone wishing the respective birthday girl happy birthday and forgetting yours 3 years in a row. I volunteered to be a chaperone for a living history museum field trip. I think my son was in 3rd grade. We lived in an area where most mothers were stay-at-home, or worked part-time. I was a divorced mother, a nurse, and worked 40+ hours a week. So I was excited to be able to volunteer for this. This place was a 3-hour drive. I drove myself, and my son rode the bus with the other kids. We got there and the teacher had split the kids into groups with 3 or 4 parents in each group. When our group got to the stables this woman says to me, since we all know each other we are going to go on our own and you and your son can explore together. I'm an adult. I am in charge of people's lives. But shit cut me to the core. The look on my son's face when I tried to explain where everyone went. I still smell the damn smell of horses and hay. I didn't hurt for myself, but my son. That he experienced this bullshit. It's been almost 20 years and still fucks me up. Walking behind the group on the sidewalk because there's no room for you to be next to them. Being invited to a social event but not really being completely welcome. Like, everyone is nice to you but it feels like it's out of obligation. Seeing a social media photo of all of my co-workers, 8+ people, gone away for the weekend and you're the only that wasn't invited. Bringing in some homemade treat for the office to share, and nobody eats it. Basically you do something that everyone has a problem with for some reason and then someone else does the same thing and people are fine with it. What if I fit like 8/10 of these in the past month? I went to my son's Halloween class party last year and all the moms stood in the complete opposite corner of the room and I sat by myself the whole time. No one said a word to me and I'm not sure why. That one kinda stung. Getting a wedding invite a week or 2 before the wedding day. Every year, my father and stepmother host Christmas dinner. We all get assigned something, appetizer, dessert, sides, etc. I always get assigned cheese. I have never, in my entire life, enjoyed cheese. And I'm a pretty good cook, nothing special, but just saying I could put something together. Every year, they give me fecking cheese. And they bring their own, so why bother even giving me cheese? Your supervisor quit. You weren't considered for promotion because something HR says we've got to hire someone from outside. You get asked to train the new hire to be your supervisor. Getting the mail and finding wedding invitations for all of your roommates, but not for you, for a friend you all knew from college the year before. Having your Tinder date leave the bar with someone else. Being given the day off on a big inspection day. No one laughing at your joke and someone repeats it and everyone laughs. Yeah, pretty hurt about it, lol. When you ask someone if they want to do something on a certain day and they go, yes, but I'll let you know if something else props up. As in, I will, but only as a last resort in case someone even better wants to hang out. I already asked the others but they said no. This is more like being outside of the inner circle, but it's still a good one. My neighbor and I used to hang out once a month for a wine night, and we had tentative plans for a certain Friday. I told her I might have to work that night but I wouldn't find out until late that afternoon. I let her know at around 3 p.m. that I'd be free that night, but she'd already made other plans. The other plans were that she and some friends, her actual friends, not a lowly neighbor like me, were going to see a show at the place where I worked. She knew I worked there and still didn't invite me. They ended up getting kicked out for poor behavior, which wouldn't have happened if I'd been with them. And if they'd invited me, they probably would have gotten 3/4 of their drink tab comped. Getting picked last in gym class never felt this good. Trying to share an idea in a work meeting but no one acknowledges that you're trying to speak. The moment you realize you were excluded from a group activity. The office weasel getting the job you applied for. Everyone knows about something important, and you're the last to find out. Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler. There being a work group chat that you're not in, smiley face. Being dared to go home, while playing truth or dare. No, but I relate to too many of this PLS stop. Having 2 Ubers to get somewhere, being someone who ordered one of the Uber, and everyone obviously wanting to ride with the other person.